Well, all right, welcome you to Porch Talk. This is your host, Alan. We're here at Al Spirits and Music. Jodie just played her close on Sunday set. It's been a while since you've been on the show. I feel like a lot is uh, kind of go in your direction with music right now.
It seems that way.
So very good. I mean, no surprise. Just within the area like Louisville, Starkville, Columbus. Just followed your journey since I found out about you. I mean, it just feels like this year in particular, 2026, has been like really good for you.
Yeah, it started off with a bang. Got in the studio kind of first thing this year and started working on a new song that just released yesterday.
Yeah. On top of that, yeah, big weekend for you.
It was a big weekend. Had a release on Friday, and then was one of the top 15 finalists for the Mississippi Songwriter of the Year, and yeah, now we're here.
Right on. And I appreciate you making the drive up here to Alabama to be with me today. Just kind of like since the last time we met, and I'm I wanted to ask your opinion on it. Is like it seems like to me it just Mississippi, and especially like in our area, I would say down to probably Jackson all the way up to start one Columbus, like whether it be local radio or just kind of people in general, they are really like uh, beginning to really help like local singer songwriters
Yeah.
out a whole lot more. It seems like.
Yeah, in particular, I mean, my local radio station has been phenomenal. They do a whole segment, Mississippi Music Monday, and have different songwriters featured on their show and plug their music.
Would that be like is it like a new DJ coming, or like what made them want to start doing anything?
They did have a new lady that took over doing some of their reporting and things like that, and I just think they really wanted to promote, local musicians, and particularly in Louisville, we have several, myself, and then I can think of at least a good other handful of people that are in bands that are cutting out original music or have written songs and.
As far as like just kind of how that goes, and I've done this was more like for Porch Fest and even for like the Neshoba County Fair, but just calling in on the local radio. Like, how does that kind of work out for you? Have they reached out to you, or was that something that you had to push forward?
And also it just depends on the station. It's worked both ways for me. Typically, it's been me reaching out. But like I said, the local station, they've been like, "Hey, you want to come be on the show? We're gonna play. You need to make sure you send me, your new song, and all the things." So.
And I think that kind of leads into this. I thought the post was incredible. It was like a '90s sitcom. It was like all the different hats you're wearing.
Yes.
I think it's like things that people don't think about.
Absolutely. Like I've had to explain to people, and even some of my own family too. Like, hey, like this is fun, and I do have a heck of a lot of fun going around, playing music and things. But it is so much. It's so much work. It's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes. A lot of people don't realize it is like a full-time job. It's another full-time job.
It's quickly turning into that. I mean, like I think like with social media, even when it comes on the booking side of shows, like it helps a lot. But even then, like social media is only half the battle. I mean,
Right.
it feels like your posts kind of get buried down.
Yes.
And then even now, like I'm seeing specifically like on Instagram or Facebook, as far as like people were sharing their songs and they're putting like it could be just a video of them like similar to like yours with the kind of sitcom thing where it's just a video of them, but the important thing is like they're sharing their music behind it.
Yeah.
And they were like just an indie artist just trying to get in your algorithm.
Right.
So I'm just doing whatever I can.
Right.
And it works because you watch it once and I mean you got them. They're there.
Yep.
So it does for like, maybe Instagram, Facebook, and some of these social medias are kind of beginning to help out like the indie songwriter now.
Right.
What about for the rest of the year? As far as like, I know you just released a new single. Where do you do your recording, by the way?
Well, funny you should ask. So you've actually had, Hayden Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So his
Brandon?
drummer, Brandon Gaynor, does my recording. Yep.
By the way, it was too late, which I probably should have reached out to you, just fit you in on the bill. But it was about a week or two before Porch Fest, and Brandon reached out to me. He said, "I think you know her," but he was like, there's this chick, Jodie Ross. Like, I'm recording with her right now. He's like, y'all should totally like book her. And I was like, we do. I was like, I don't know how y'all met, but I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah, so I honestly, like, we got connected through Instagram. It was just one of those things, and he kind of pitched was like, "Hey, I'm new to the area, trying to get to know, some musicians." And he's like, "I do like do recording." And at the time, I was sitting on a couple of songs. I was like, "Well, you talk to me about it. Like, what do you charge? Like, what's your setup like? So." And he's done, godly, the last 4 or 5 songs I've released. So yeah, we've worked together a good bit.
I like to like DIY, and I'm assuming like because I've had just another thing that people may not be aware of, unless you got a friend or a home studio. But uh, recording time is not cheap,
It's expensive.
and so like whenever you find somebody, especially if they're kind of at the same plane, but they have the equipment that are willing to help, and they're actually good at it, that goes a long way.
Yes, yes.
Because there was a guy, this is like North Mississippi up in the hill country. I think it's called Songwriter Studios.
I've heard of that, yeah.
And like I've heard some of the stuff that came out of it. Nothing wrong with it, but it was kind of funny to me. It's like the guy is just a music lover, and he bought all this equipment. And he just, I think it's like for $45, you can go in there and just like record. And I'm like, what comes out, man?
Right.
Whatever you put in.
Yeah. Right.
So like, and I don't know if he does the mixing himself. I'm not sure if like he just lets you record it and then you have to mix it. I don't know how it works.
It's just a raw demo, and then like, yeah.
But like, so like just for the rest of the year is like more single releases, more shows. Like, what's your plan?
I don't have any more songs necessarily planned. Could I go back to the studio? Yeah. Definitely like have more shows. And you know this from talking to me about booking in Munson's, but I'll tell you what, my schedule's packed. August is crazy. I was
Good
go ahead and it's good. It is good problems, but a lot of this I do to myself, and I don't realize I do it to myself. So yeah,
it's kind of like, but I feel like with some of you, like as I get to know you a little bit better. I mean, you're a teacher, so like I feel like your off season, it's like that's when you kind of really press in.
Yeah, so like that's definitely what I do for summertime. I'm trying to book as many shows as I can. That's maybe further away than I normally would book to kind of broaden my reach. And got a cool show booked in I think it's July the 10th down in Bay St. Louis. It's a place called the Butcher Block, and they want nothing but original music. So I have an hour and a half set, and the people that come there are coming for the music. So it's cool to be doing that.
I know Hunter Myers, a mutual friend of ours. He's been down there to play, but like I'm really hoping, and I want to like connect more of our musicians in this area to like more of the coast, or even like deeper into Alabama,
right?
And help them get around. Because I mean, there's so many cool spots like the Lava Room in Florence, or you got Callahan's down in Mobile, and I mean, there's several spots in Birmingham, but a lot of times though, if you ain't got the foot in the door, you ain't gonna get in.
Exactly. I've ran into that problem too, and even like with the coast, whenever I got booked for the Butcher Block, I was like, well, I mean, it takes me a good 3.5 hours to make that trip, and I was like, let's see if I can't get another show to, like, no deaf ears, or either we're already booked, for those dates, and that's fine. But so maybe this will open some doors.
Yeah, just got to get down in there and get in the area of like Bay St. Louis. Anywhere, any other new places you're gonna be able to go this summer?
Not this summer. I don't really have any others, like, I guess outside the area shows booked the rest of the year. But I did find out, I've been watching, they're not done releasing nominations yet, but I did find out I was nominated for 2 awards with the Josie Music Awards out of Nashville.
Good.
So I'm still waiting on a couple of categories to be released, hoping maybe the song I Was Yours, my new release, was up for a Songwriter Achievement Award. And then I'm up for a Fan Favorite Award, and then hoping I Was Yours will be nominated for Song of the Year. That's what I'm hoping for.
And maybe like I can get some people kind of gathered around it. Like the Golden Triangle already does this for like businesses
Oh yeah.
as far as awarding that, but Mobile does this thing called the Babbies.
Okay.
You've heard of those?
I hadn't heard those.
So not only is it like the best of when it comes to businesses, but they also do bands.
Okay.
And so like I would love to start that just for the area. It's like, does it come with a certificate or like a trophy? Not necessarily, but like I would like to set up like a website or something, a hub to where like people can nominate the people that they like in the area and be like, who's who?
Right.
And like maybe that'll help people like in the area, or maybe like even with places that are booking shows. It's like, well,
right.
she just beat out the area.
Right. Right.
And like, I like cooperation. I do, but I want to. I do like a little competition.
Oh yeah.
I do like it to be a little competitive.
Yeah, competition's good.
And I think that helps. Iron sharpen iron. I think that's going to make everybody play a whole lot harder and better.
Right.
I wanted to talk a little bit, shift gears with you. Is like the last song that you shared on the Close on Sunday, Pretty as Pretty Does. Is there is this chick that fell into my algorithm, Brittany Kellogg. Are you familiar with her?
Yes. Yeah.
Trash Tuesdays.
Yep.
And I watched a couple of them, and it was bizarre to me because I didn't really know who she was. And like you get to looking into it because every now and then it's like people are just making trash comments on her. On her posts, whether it's about her kid or the way that she looks or whatever else. And I was like, you got a way about it. You know, I was like, that's fun. But I was like, that's ballsy.
It is. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But I mean, hey, that's a great way of making content and spinning it,
Yeah, and
positive.
And then you look into her, I mean, like, she's Nashville,
I think she may have been on American Idol. I can't remember if she was or not, but I do know she was on The Road, the show The Road.
There you go.
Yeah, so.
And I think, like, just right now, and, it could be Sierra Farrell or Ella Langley, but I feel like the style of music that you're writing right now and your genre is, I think there's a lot of emotion.
I hope so. I have plans. I haven't really shared this, but with maybe just one or two select people. But I really, really want to take my song that I just released, and yet it was mine. It's to help promote my artistry, but at the same time, I really would like to pitch it, and I have an artist in mind that I would like to pitch it to.
That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Ghostwriter. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I think like more people. There's a guy out of Columbus, Mississippi. He does that.
Okay.
And Josh Gillis at Catfish Alley.
Yeah.
It's his best friend, and like every time he and I get to talking about music, that guy, and I'm blanking on his name, or forgive me, but I'll probably go through it when he's done. But his name will come up, and I was like, yeah. I always forget, like, there's a sleeping giant in Columbus that just writes for Nashville. And I was like, there's Don Penn.
Yes.
If Heaven Ain't a Lot Like Dixie. Hank Williams, a huge song, was wrote right down the road from
Exactly. I went to see Don Penn in concert not too long ago.
Where did you see him?
Well, it was in Vernon. He had a big, concert. It wasn't the most recent one. It was probably, I don't know, 2 years ago. So, yeah, but they brought him back.
I think that's going to be one of those, and he's getting older.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of like the Willie or like some of these other guys. It's like, go see him while you can.
Exactly. Alan Jackson just had his final concert last night, and I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, I'm hoping he has one more. I've always wanted to switch it. It ain't going to be what it was 20 years ago, but I'd still like to say I saw it.
Exactly.
What about like with just shows? You're not playing, just going to a show. Is there anybody this year you're planning on going and seeing, or is there anybody on the bucket list you want to go see?
Well, I was really hoping to score some tickets to see Ella Langley in Oxford, which I saw her at Rick's back in October, and she was fantastic. But that's like a whole different type of show. That was a smaller show. This is gonna be more like a stadium show. And the guy that's opening for her, Cameron Marlowe, I really like him and his voice, and I was really hoping to get to see him. But unless I hit the lottery or something like that, and I don't think that's gonna happen. But Co-Etzel's coming to Brandon.
Cool.
I'm a big fan of Co. So I'm hoping maybe I can get to see him. Morgan Wade, I love her. Would love she's going on tour. Love to see her too. I'm one of those. I'm a big fan of last minute. I don't necessarily make plans. I'm just like, oh yeah, they're coming. Let me grab a ticket.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like if it's a month or 2 months out, and like you can go ahead and early bird get the tickets, and like maybe a friend is asking me,
Right.
like, I'll go ahead and get the ticket. You can pay me back whenever. I was
Oh.
like, no, I'm not in.
Right.
It's like, well, you can make the. I'm not making that plan.
No, because I'm like, what's gonna happen? I am going to see Creed in the end of July.
Hey,
I mean, that was
why not?
Right. I was. So that's one of those things. Like they were like the band that I really liked listening to when I was in junior high.
Mhm.
They were really big when Higher came out, and I was like, I can't
I
not
was
see
skating-
them.
I
That
was-
was part of my my youth.
I was skating in the skate zone.
Yes.
I mean, that's that's
With arms wide open.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there was somebody out there with arms wide open too. It was me trying not to
No.
fall.
Oh gosh. But yeah, so that's I am going to see them. I kind of forgot about that, but
Very cool.
yeah.
Well, it won't be long. It'll be time for we're gonna do a live show here. If you've never been, we typically do shows here in Reform, Alabama at Our Spirits and Music on Sundays, typically at 3, unless the artist wants to play at 8. But it's a Sunday show, so I like a mid-afternoon show.
Yeah. It's nice
That
and
way,
simple.
like you come in, you know, home from church or whatever it is you got to do that morning. You've had lunch, you come in, 30, 45-minute show, you're done.
Mhm.
Real easy. And you're back home. You ain't got to, it's not that 7 to 10, which I know
Exactly.
can be a drag, but,
Yeah.
you got to play for the crowd.
That's it.
Well, let's do 3 more questions and we'll walk out the door. As far as like inspiration, whether it's other songwriters or books, like, I know you shared on the Close on Sunday, said that you did. It's like, your songs are, stories or things that's happened to you. But where's some of your latest songs coming from?
Personal experiences. Like I said, I'm a sucker for nostalgia. Like times gone by, and a lot of times I get ideas from things that's happened to friends or family. To get some inspiration for my songs, or I'll just be on a walk or whatever, and
Sure.
something random, line pops in my head, and I'm like, well, let me write that down, and so.
It could be it could be a bird call. Really, it could be like some kind of melody like that.
Mhm.
I found that happen. And something that you and a mutual friend of ours did from Natchez, Gabriel.
Yep.
And we were talking about it yesterday with Will Stewart while they were playing at Munson's yesterday. Is I think something that I'm going to start doing here, but I think it could be mobile. And you already done it, but to kind of celebrate Gabriel's album, like a whole bunch of his musician friends covered some of his songs.
I thought that was a great idea.
And me and Will were talking about it earlier. It was like, I want to start like putting and covering my friends'
Yes.
songs in my sets.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we should totally do that more.
We should. And I was like, Gabriel's idea of like different ones covering, his song. I was like, first of all, that's a heck of a promotion because we all have our own like reach.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows who you're reaching by this person singing your song over here in Alabama or right here in West Mississippi or whatever. And it's just that was brilliant. And then too, I'm like, we really should, like musicians, we should support each other, and that's one way to do it. So.
And I love like a version. So like it's maybe they don't write the same style of music you do, and so you take what they got, you turn it, and
exactly
you got something that.
And like Gabriel's song, I mean, like I went and listened to a couple of the other covers, and and everybody does have their own little different spin to it, and it's cool. Yeah.
Well, before we're walking on out is what about travels? I know you're busy this summer with playing shows, but like vacation wise, or maybe just going somewhere you ain't been. You got any trips coming just outside of music?
No, not really. Just making the trip down to Bay St. Louis, and then hopefully making that trip to Nashville in the fall. So that's pretty much it.
Nothing wrong with that.
So.
I I don't know where it, but like I would love to go to like a Red Rocks or something.
Yes.
But like even, it don't even have to be music related. I would go to Red Rocks just to go
Yeah, just to sit. Yeah, yeah, it's beautiful.
or just get out west. I'd like to get up there to is it the Crystal Lakes up there in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's around Bend,
Yeah.
Eugene. Anyway. Well, last thing to wrap it up before we go is social media plugs. Where is the best place to follow and just to kind of support website, social media, whatever.
I got you. So, my social media handle is Jodie Ross Music, and Jodie is Jodie. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I am on TikTok. And then my website is JodieRossMusic.com.
And I want to say, like, I'm gonna save you all a swear, but KUHL, here comes a swear, SHIT.com. That is our website. We have an artist platform there. Jodie is on the website, and so if you click on her profile, it takes you to everything that she's got.
That's neat.
And like, we're gonna start working it out to where like, if the people that we're working with, like, if you don't have bands in town,
Mm-hmm.
or if you don't have
Mm-hmm.
all those other, we're gonna start
Right.
building. We're gonna start building those out for people.
Yep. Have it show dates.
Because I sleep on like how many people actually use that app.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't use it. Like I follow venues, and I just have if I
Right.
happen to
Bands
be
in
there.
town?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bands in town. It kind of rules.
It does. You know, like in bands in town too. I will say this: like I've had people be like, "Oh, you popped up. I was looking at the news, on WTBA or WCBI, and then like pops up local shows, and it's generated by bands in town."
There you go.
So, anyway,
Perfect. Well, everybody, this has been Jodie Ross. This is her second time on the show. If you haven't heard the first time, go back and listen to that. Stream the new song. We're gonna be seeing what Nashville has to say soon.
All right.
All right, Jodie. Thanks.
thank you.
Cool.